At some point, every PC builder has felt it. You go to buy a part, and the price makes you want to cry. That's not an accident. That's a hardware crisis. And this has happened more times than you think. Let's start with the one that started it all, the capacitor plague. Early 2000s, and yes, it's exactly as dramatic as it sounds. Capacitors are tiny components on your motherboard that regulate electrical power, basically the heart of your system stability. Now, imagine millions of those were built with a completely defective formula. That's what happened. A stolen electrolyte formula made its way into production, and suddenly motherboards, graphics cards, and power supplies across dozens of brands started swelling, leaking, and literally bursting. Your PC would just die. No warning, no explanation. Just gone. It's like buying a brand new car, and 6 months later, the engine quietly dissolves from the inside. Not great. Manufacturers had to replace massive amounts of hardware. Trust in the industry collapsed. And the worst part? You couldn't tell which systems had the bad capacitors until they started failing. This was the original hardware nightmare, and it set the tone for everything that followed. Fast forward to 2011. Thailand got hit by some of the worst flooding in decades. Sounds like a weather story, but Thailand was one of the biggest hard drive manufacturing hubs in the entire world. When those factories went underwater, global hard drive production basically flatlined. Prices doubled almost overnight. Hard drives became as rare as GPUs in a crypto boom. The laptop market took a direct hit. Manufacturers couldn't ship new laptops because there were no drives to put in them. People buying budget PCs had to either pay twice the price for storage or just wait it out. Recovery took months. Not because the water was still there, but because rebuilding a precision manufacturing facility after a flood isn't something you do in a weekend. This crisis taught the industry something important. When your supply chain runs through one country, one disaster can break the entire world's tech market. Here's the one gamers still have nightmares about. Cryptocurrency mining exploded in 2017, Ethereum in particular. And it turned out GPUs were insanely efficient at handling the calculations needed for mining. So suddenly, graphics cards weren't just for gaming anymore. They were money-printing machines. People didn't buy one GPU. They bought hundreds, entire warehouses filled with mining rigs running 24 hours a day. Demand didn't just rise, it went completely off the rails. Budget cards vanished. Mid-range cards overpriced by 300%. High-end GPUs, basically mythical creatures at this point. Gamers were paying RTX 4090 prices for cards that should cost a quarter of that. It's like going to McDonald's and finding out a Big Mac now costs $40 because hedge funds discovered burgers are profitable. And the worst part? Nvidia and AMD couldn't ramp up production fast enough. Chips take months to manufacture. You can't just flip a switch and make more. This crisis lasted almost 2 full years, and just when people thought it was over, it came back harder in 2020. This one wasn't just a PC problem. This was a full global meltdown. COVID hit. Everyone went home. Suddenly, demand for tech exploded. Laptops, monitors, gaming PCs, webcams, everything. At the exact same time, factories slowed down, shipping got delayed, and supply chains broke worldwide. And at the center of it all, semiconductor chips. The tiny components inside literally everything. CPUs, GPUs, phones, cars, fridges, medical equipment, all competing for the same limited supply. Here's the part people don't realize. You can't just build a new chip factory overnight. It costs around $2 billion and takes 2 to 3 years to get running. Nobody was going to invest that during a global pandemic with no idea what demand would look like in 2 years. So what happened? Everything dried up at once. GPUs were impossible to find. PS5 and Xbox Series X launched and nobody could buy them. New CPU releases came out and shelves were empty within minutes. Scalpers bought everything and resold it at 3 times the price. The RTX 3080 launched at $700 and was immediately being sold for $2,000 on eBay. The shortage lasted 3 years, and just when it started recovering, a new crisis was already brewing. Here's the part nobody talks about enough. While everyone was fighting over GPUs during COVID, power supplies quietly disappeared too. Modern GPUs started consuming way more power than before. The RTX 3090 alone could pull 350 watts. Your old 500-watt PSU wasn't enough anymore. Everyone needed 650, 750, even 1,000-watt units at the same time. And with factories shut down and shipping in chaos, PSUs just stopped appearing on shelves. Imagine you finally track down a GPU after months of searching. You have it in your hands, and then you realize you can't power it because there isn't a single PSU available anywhere near you. That's the 2020 PC building experience in one sentence. Every single part was either gone, delayed, or absurdly overpriced.
And here we are. The crisis happening right now that's hitting people in the wallet today. RAM prices have gone completely out of control. A 16GB DDR5 kit that cost $40 a year ago now costs $80, $90, sometimes over $100. Some configurations cost more than an entire budget PC build without the RAM. Why? The same pattern repeating itself. AI workloads and data centers are consuming memory at an insane rate. Server demand for high bandwidth memory is eating up manufacturing capacity that would normally go to consumer products. Add to that the fact that DRAM manufacturing is dominated by just 3 companies globally: Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron. When those 3 decide to manage supply, prices go wherever they want. It's like having 3 people control all the water in a city. They don't even need to do anything dramatic. Just slow down slightly and the whole city feels it. For everyday builders right now, upgrading RAM feels like a luxury. And with AI demand only growing, there's no clear end in sight.
Here's what's fascinating about all of these crises. They all follow the exact same pattern. Demand spikes unexpectedly, supply can't keep up because production takes months or years to scale, prices explode, scalpers make it worse, normal people suffer. Eventually, supply catches up, prices drop, everyone forgets. Then it happens again. RAM crisis in 2013, hard drives in 2011, GPUs in 2017, everything in 2020, RAM again now. The tech industry has gone through this cycle over and over, and every time the reaction is surprise, as if it's never happened before. The one thing these crises prove is that the global supply chain for computer hardware is incredibly fragile. One flood, one pandemic, one new technology that creates unexpected demand, and the entire market breaks. So next time you see a price that makes you want to throw your wallet across the room, just know there's probably a reason behind it. A flood somewhere, a mining boom, a pandemic, an AI revolution. Something always breaks the market. The good news? These crises always end. Prices always come back down eventually. The bad news? The next one is probably already on its way. Which of these hit you the hardest? Drop it in the comments. I want to know if anyone here actually lived through the capacitor plague era. And if you want more tech history explained like this, subscribe. New video dropping soon. See you there.